speaking of dead fucking wrong, and Gio will appreciate this because we're going to talk a little bit of sports, just very briefly. But Gio, you can start listening to the podcast again and actually liking it. How much further are we going to go in mainstream sports before there's absolutely no fun left in it whatsoever?
I don't know.
Just
It's
not
what,
good.
What can you say?
It's not good. Like a couple of things that have happened in the last little while. Like as happens every hockey season, the debate over fighting and violence in hockey has spurned back up because of the Phil Kessel incident and the incident with George Peros of the Montreal Canadiens when he got pulled down and his face bounced off the ice during a fight and he got a concussion out of it and everything. So the whole debate over violence in hockey and fighting in hockey has come back up again. And it's like, well, if we didn't have fighting in hockey, then this freak accident that we maybe see once every couple of years, it wouldn't have happened.
It's true, but I mean, the hockey fans, they come for the hockey,
right?
But they also come for the chance to see fighting, the chance to see blood. It puts asses in seats.
It does. Ultimately, hockey and any professional sport is about entertaining. From a fan perspective, you want the people that are going to pay money to watch your sport want to be entertained. Not everyone that's in a hockey crowd, in a hockey arena, is going to be like, wow, look how awesome that team plays the 3-1 trap.
Yeah.
Right? Not every fan. Some fans go to the game just to be like, I want to see a huge hit. I want to see awesome goals. I want to see these guys get chippy, and I want to see a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's a large portion of the fan base. And I like seeing a good hockey fight, especially live. So I mean, I honestly and truthfully think it's a part of the game, and I understand how some people don't think it's a part of the game. I can understand where the argument comes from, but every year we debate this shit. Every single fucking year. You cannot have a year go by where someone doesn't get hurt.
Right.
Like in a fight or something, chips a tooth, whatever, and be like, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's not part of the game. It's, and everybody just starts bitch slapping each other. Everybody's just like, for their side.
Yeah.
And honestly, can we go a year without having this argument? Can we go a year without doing this?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. And in the same vein, then we go to the NFL.
No Fun League.
The No Fun League, and fucking Roger Goodell is talking about instituting a blood rule. Like if you're bleeding and you stay on the field or something, it's a 80-yard penalty or something fucking stupid like that.
This is the most stupidest thing. Because if it's football.
Yeah,
I mean, you're having somebody run full speed at you.
Right.
They're tackling you, and you're being driven into the ground. Of course, at some point, you're going to start bleeding.
At some point, you're going to fucking bleed.
So, I mean, it makes no sense at all to institute this rule.
Exactly. And Gio's a fucking football guru here. So, Gio, maybe if you can take a second, can you kind of explain exactly what this proposed blood rule was? Because I only read bits and pieces because I was so angry my head was throbbing. But like, can you kind of take a little more time and just kind of explain what the proposed blood rule was? Because it just seemed to me that it was like, we're going to penalize players if they bleed and stay on the field. So it's like, you think about this, let's look at it this way. Let's look at a guy like Drew Brees, probably one of the top 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So Drew Brees gets sacked and has a little cut on his hand or something. Maybe he's not wearing a glove for whatever reason. Got a little cut on his hand, he's bleeding. Now he has a choice. He either stays on the field and gets his team penalized for it, or you take your team's best player off of the field so that you can get that fixed for a play, 2 plays, whatever. Neither one of them is good. So the team gets hurt either way.
He goes off the field, he gets a Band-Aid.
I guess.
And he comes back.
I guess. And I don't fucking know. But you're taking your best player off the field. It makes no sense. And from a fan perspective, you're like, I paid to see fucking Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And he's not injured. He got a little cut because he got sacked. So what the fuck do we do? There's no good alternative in this if you put this kind of a rule in the game. Gio actually saying he hadn't heard of the blood rule. It was something that they talked about after, remember that huge cut that J.J. Watt got over the bridge of his nose? Apparently after that, everybody got all up in arms because he was so bloody. He's like, God forbid, it's fucking football. And he got right bloody. And they were apparently talking about instituting a blood rule. And it's just like...
horrible.
And Gio put it perfectly. Goodell is ruining the NFL.
It's true.
And he's been doing it for a while. I remember when the kickoffs from the 35-yard line came into effect. I wasn't a big fan of that because look how many more touchbacks we have, and kick returns are an exciting part of football and all that jazz. But yeah, there's been a lot of things that have been instituted here that have just sucked a lot of the fun out of football. I still love watching football. I love the sport. I love the competitiveness. I love the physicality. What do I love about hockey? The sport, the competitiveness, and the physicality. There's a reason I don't watch baseball as much as I watch hockey or football. There's a reason I don't watch basketball, which is the sissiest professional sport.
I have to agree
because
with that.
Basketball, for those people who are watching the Ustream, here's basketball in a nutshell. Here's 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know what I just did, I lightly slapped my hand and then gave myself 2 free foul shots. That's fucking basketball in my mind. Because it's... I cannot watch basketball anymore. I can't watch pro basketball anymore. I'll watch college basketball because college basketball to me feels a lot more pure than fucking pro basketball does because there's way too much money in pro basketball.
Right.
But in any case, there's a reason that I watch football and hockey more so than those other sports. And it's for exactly that reason. It's because I like the competitiveness, I love the physicality of it, and I love the sport itself. And Goodell is kind of fucking with the sport itself portion of football. So if you would, kindly go piss up a rope.
Yeah.